Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at drawing our notepad pencil holder in Autodesk Inventor 2018. To begin, I'm going to have Inventor open. I'm going to start in my ribbon bar and select New. I want to do New Standard IPT and click Create. To begin, I'm going to start with a 2D sketch, the picture of the icon that has the pencil and piece of paper. Click that, 2D sketch, and I want to place it on my XY plane. When it highlights red, click. Once your sketch plane comes up, we're going to click front in our world view in order to zoom all. And then I'm going to come to my ribbon and I'm going to select my rectangle. The block that we're going to begin cutting with is rectangular in shape, so it makes sense to start with a rectangle. The cursor that's following me around is yellow. When I make it go to the origin, it turns to green. When your origin turns to green or your cursor turns to green, hold your mouse steady, click, and stretch out a rectangle to the upper right hand quadrant. Your horizontal dimension right here in blue that it's highlighted starts out is going to get changed to 8. Press the tab key on the keyboard. My vertical dimension is 4, so type 4 and then press enter on the keyboard. So I have my workpiece 8 inches wide, 4 inches tall. Then I'm going to come up to my ribbon bar at the top, green check mark, finish sketch. Go to your world view and zoom home. Click home to zoom all. Then we're going to take and extrude. Right next to start 2D sketch, we're going to extrude. Click on the extrude button. My extrude distance I'm going to change to 3/4 of an inch, which is the thickness of my workpiece, and that's 0.75. I also want to change the extrude direction to direction number 2 right here, the second box. And then select OK. Next, we're going to draw the spot for our notepad and our pencil to fit in here. To do that, we're going to begin with a 2D sketch. Click the pencil piece of paper in the upper left-hand corner of the ribbon. Place that on our front view. When it highlights red, click. I'm going to go to my world view cube and I'm going to click front to zoom all. Then I'm going to start with a rectangle. This is for my pencil I'm going to start with. I'm going to click rectangle tool. Now I'm going to be on my workpiece. I want to start on inside the gray area. I want to put my mouse over on the left hand side, click, and stretch out a rectangle. My horizontal dimension, which is highlighted blue right here, is going to get changed to 7.5, 7.5 inches. Press the tab key on the keyboard. My vertical dimension is going to get changed to 0.375. Sorry, it's getting changed to 0.437. 0.437 is what you're changing that to. And then press enter on the keyboard. Next, we need to position this pencil slot on our workpiece. So I'm going to still hold the rectangle tool, press escape to let go of it. I'm going to select my dimensioning tool. I want to click the left hand side of my workpiece. When it turns red, click. And I want to select the left hand side of my rectangle that I just drew. When that turns red, click. Bring this dimension up. This dimension here is 0.25 or 1/4 inch. So we're going to highlight that dimension and type in 0.25. Green check mark. Next, I need my vertical dimension to position this pencil slot. Dimension tool again. From the bottom of my workpiece, when it turns red, click it, to the bottom of my rectangle that I just drew. When it turns red, click it. Bring this dimension out to the side. This dimension here, we're going to change to 3.375, which is 3 3/8 of an inch, and then green check mark. Next, we're going to draw the rectangle for our notepad to fit in. Once again, I'm going to use my rectangle tool. Click rectangle tool. And I want to come down here to the bottom edge of my workpiece, and when that highlights, I want to click it. So I'm bring my workpiece up, and you see how that line highlight red. I'm going to click, and I'm going to stretch out a rectangle. The overall width of this rectangle, we're going to change to 3.188, which is 3 3/16 of an inch. You can see I changed that here. Then I'm going to press the tab key on my keyboard, and I'm going to change my vertical dimension to 3.188, which is 3 3/16 of an inch. Once I have those numbers entered in, press enter on the keyboard. Next, we need to locate the position of this rectangle on the block. So I'm going to press the escape key to let go of my rectangle tool. Select my dimension tool again. Here I'm going to select the left hand side of my workpiece. When it highlights red, click to select it. And the left hand side of my rectangle that I just drew for the notepad. When that highlights red, click to select it. Bring this dimension down. This dimension is going to get changed to 0.25, which is a 1/4 inch, and then click the green check mark. Next, we're going to take and we're going to fillet the corners on our pencil holder and our notepad holder. To do that, I'm going to press escape to let go of my dimension tool. See how it's still highlighted blue? Press the escape key and now it's not highlighted anymore. I'm going to come up here to my fillet tool, which is underneath tools. Click fillet. My fillet, I am going to change to 0.188, which is 3/16 of an inch. And then I want to select and fillet my corners. So I'm going to click by my corner, and you can see how it puts a little green fillet in there. Click to select it. Click the next line to select it. Click that line again. Click the next line to select it. And continue around your box. We also want the top 2 corners of our notepad holder rectangle. Click one side, click the other, puts that fillet in there. Click one side, click the other. And when you are finished, you can close out the fillet box. And you can see it put our nice fillets in there. Looks good. Next, we're going to take and finish sketch. Our drawing's done. We're going to click the green check mark, finish sketch in the ribbon bar. And here we're going to take and extrude. So I'm going to click my extrude tool. My extrude distance, there's 3 things I want to change on here. My distance, I want to change to 0.188, which is 3/16 of an inch. That's how deep we're going to cut. The next thing I want to do is change it from join to cut. That's this middle box right here. Select cut. And I want to have it direction 2 as well selected. So 3 things in this menu. Distance, change to 0.188, cut, and direction 2. My rectangles did not automatically pick up. I don't know if yours did or not, but since mine didn't, let me show you how this works. I'm going to bring my mouse up, and when that area that I want to cut turns red, I'm going to click to select it, and my pencil box, I'm going to click to select it. So I have these 2 areas selected to get cut out, and then click OK. Now that your part is done being drawn, we're going to go to the orange file in the upper left-hand corner, and we're going to save as. We're going to bring this to our H drive, first initial last name 000, or if it doesn't show up, I'm going to click on the pull down menu and come to the menu, find your H drive. Here we're going to take and title it with your last name, and then what is the part. This is the notepad holder. So I'm going to type in Lammers notepad holder, my last name, and then what the part is, and click Save. Now we're ready to cut our part. In order to do that, we're going to come across our tabs at the top, and we're going to find the Cam tab. Click the Cam tab, and the first thing we need to do is set up our part to be cut. So we're going to click on the Setup folder. These tabs that show up at the top, there's 3 of them. We work our tabs from left to right and from top to bottom inside each tab. On the first tab, we're going to come down and we're going to select where it says Origin. We're going to change it from Stock Box Point. We're going to change it to Model Origin, and it's going to take our origin from the middle and put it to the lower left-hand corner. Okay, that looks good. Next, we're going to come across to our stock setup. Here we're going to change it from relative size box to fixed size box. And I want to change in here where it says 1 inch for the height. I'm going to change and highlight that to 0.75 because that's the thickness of my workpiece. Coming across to my post-process tab, I'm going to click on that. Right here where it is 1001, I'm going to highlight and I'm going to change it to my last name and notepad holder. So Lammer's notepad holder. And then click OK. Next, we're going to select 2D Pocket. I'm in the 2D milling area and come up to the top of it, 2D Pocket. The first thing I'm going to need to do, once again, tabs across the top, left to right we work those, and top to bottom inside the tabs. I need to select my tool first. So I'm going to click on the tool button, and I'm going to come into my menu here, scroll all the way down, and you should find Butler Middle School tool libraries. These are the tools we took off of Blackboard. Click to select it, and I want to find the 1/8 inch flat end mill and select. Okay, that puts your tool in there as well. Next, we're going to come and select our geometry. So we're moving over a tab, click Geometry tab. I want to click the area that wants to get cut out for my notepad, and I want to come in here to the bottom of my pencil holder and click to get that area cut out. Moving across to the next tab, which is my Heights tab, I want to change my clearance height to stock top and the offset to 0.2. So stock top 0.2. The retract height we want to keep at stock top 0.2. My feed height I'm going to change to stock top and 0.2. Once you're finished with that, moving across to the next tab is my multiple passes. The only thing I want to change here is where it says stock to leave. I want to uncheck that because I want it to go right to the edge of my drawing. Moving over to the linking parameters tab, final tab, click to select it. I want to uncheck in leads and transitions, uncheck lead in, uncheck lead out. And in the ramp style, I want to change my ramp type from helix to plunge. Then I want to select OK. It's going to generate your toolpaths. So next I want to take a look at those. So we're going to click on Simulate. Simulate button's up here in the upper left hand corner. Make sure you have your stock checked right here, and then click play. It'll take a little bit to cut it out, but the way that it's cutting it here on the computer is exactly the way that it's going to cut it on the CNC mill. Let it run through. Make sure you show your teacher to see that it's correct. Once it finishes running through, you can click the close button down at the bottom, and then we need to post-process this. So up at the top next to Simulate, I want to click Post-Process. Here I want to take and select this post-processor, but if it does not automatically show up like it did in mine here, you need to click on the pull-down menu. And there is a whole list of these here in the menu. You want to scroll down to the R's, and you want to find that one that is RS274D, but the important part is you want the one that is 1_Butler MS Techno-ESO. This is the one we want to select. Next, our output folder, we're going to take and click that gray box, and we want to change it to our H drive. So make sure this is going to your H drive. First initial, last name 000, and click open. Automatically it should put your name and notepad holder in here. If it doesn't, you can click to change that and then select post. This looks fine. Lammer's notepad holder. Click save. Your screen editor is going to show up. You can see my Lammer's notepad holder there. I want to X out this menu. I can go to the orange file in the top left hand corner of the screen and go to save. Make sure you save your part. X out of Inventor, and going over to the computer that's connected to the CNC mill, I want to find this icon, CNC mill. Click to open, translate, execute. I want to find my Lammer's notepad holder because that's what we're going to cut. Select open. Click new for the default settings, and then click preview. This is where you are going to stop. You're going to go get your teacher, tell him you're ready to cut your part. Nice job.